Hey folks, and welcome to the Little Joe Show. Today, we're going to talk about how to play different kinds of chords using your slide and then your fingers behind them. Okay, so I'm in open D for this part of the video. I'm going to show you these same chords in open G because everything just kind of shifts. And I'll show you how that shifts so that then you can take open D and open G and kind of start blending them together. All right, so D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, that's the first string, that's the sixth string. All right, so the first thing you want to realize is open D is tuned to open D major. All right, it's also called vestipole tuning. Open D major, the same intervals but up a step, open E. The same intervals but down a step is open C. So these things that I'm showing you in open D apply to all three of those tunings. All right, so let's just go up here to a G chord, which, if you're going to look at it, your sixth string, D, E, F, fifth fret, G. So the first thing that we need to understand to be able to change these chords, because really going major and minor, it involves the third degree of the scale or of the chord, all right? And a chord is made up, okay, so let me explain degrees to you really quick. You take any major scale, let's take G. You have 7 tones in a G major scale, and you can number them. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then it starts over. So, to make a chord, it's going to be the 1, the first, which is G, the 3, G, A, going to be B, and the 5 is going to be 1, 3, 5, G, A, B, C is going to be the D. All right, so we've got G. So we got it's going to be a little backwards. You got G, B, D, 1, 3, 5. Right there, if you put your slide at the 5th fret on strings 4, 3, 2, okay? So to change from major to minor, you want to lower the 3rd, which in this case is the B, and that's the 5th fret on the 3rd string, down 1/2 a step, or 1/2 a tone. And that gets you minor. Do you hear that? Now, how am I doing that? All I'm doing is taking my second finger. I use my second finger. I don't know why. And I lay it behind the slide on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. And my slide's on the 5th fret. All right, now, we can do all kinds of chords this way. So let's talk about what if we want to play like a 7th chord, right? Which would be, you hear that? That's a dominant 7th chord. That means we've gone to the 1st degree, gone down an entire step, which is 2 frets. And we've got the 7th. But I'm not going to go into too much of this theory stuff. But, right? Now, how else can we do that? We can go, I use that one a lot, where I'll take my first finger on the 1st string and go down 2 frets and go behind the slide and play my 7th there. And that's just taking that chord that I just showed you and moving it around. And you know what? I'll put that little activity into the tabs over on Patreon. But basically, guys, all you're doing taking the bottom couple of strings and doing this 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're just going first string, second string, first string, second string, third string, fourth string. While you're holding your first finger down 2 frets behind, right? What was I doing there? I was playing between a 7th and a 6th. Okay, so let's just get back on track. I'll make sure all that's in the tab so you guys can see it and use it as kind of an exercise. All right, so we got major, got minor, and we've got 7th. What if we're playing with a group who's doing like jazz or fusion or something like that, and we want to make what's known as a major 7 chord? This. You've heard that before. All right, where you get into all these 2-5-1s and everything. All right, so we can do that one of 2 ways. We can go to the 4th string and lower it down to the 7th, the natural 7th, instead of the flatted 7th, which is what we do for dominant. All right, or we can go to the 1st string and go down 1 fret. All right, all we're doing is playing the chord, say at the 5th fret. And I usually use my 2nd finger and go behind. I don't know why I do that. I think it's because I feel more secure with my 3rd finger, kind of keeping the slide from moving around too much. And I just go down on the 1st string, down 1. All right, the other thing we can do, say we want to play that as a 7th chord, a minor 7th. So there's a couple of ways. We basically, then we've already got our 2nd finger on the 4th fret. We've got our slide at the 5th. 2nd finger's at the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Then we take our 1st finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. So we're going down 2, bump, bump, to get a minor 7th. Sounds a little out of tune, but get the idea, right? All right, guys, that's chords. You got major, minor, dominant 7th chords, minor 7th chords, and I'll make sure that's in all the tabs. Let me show you something I use a lot that utilizes these chords so that you got something to practice besides that little thing. It's this. All right, all I'm doing, this is a turnaround that I used in one of my original songs. All right, so the turnaround, 8th fret, 7th, 5th, 3rd, that, and then, all right, so we're doing the 8th fret. we're playing, let me get my mind together on this. Okay, 8th fret, we're playing the 6th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. And then I'm putting my finger down on the 7th fret on the 2nd string. Then I'm playing the 3rd string at the 8th fret. Then I go to the 7th fret and I play the 6th, 4th, and 3rd string. Then 5th fret with my first finger on the 2nd string. And then I let the slide pick it up at the 7th fret on the 2nd string. And then, so I'm making that minor chord at the 5th fret. And then I'm putting my first finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then I'm just playing the 3rd string where I've already got it down. Then I'm going to the 3rd fret. And I'm playing 6, 4, 3. First fret with my first finger on the 2nd string. And then I'm going to go 3rd fret with the slide. Then I put my first finger, this has no slide in it, but this is the lick. First finger, 2nd fret, open on the, on the 6th string, open 4th string. First finger bars across the 2nd and 3rd string. And then I lift it up a little bit, play the 2nd string open there, and then, so I'm playing 5th string open, 4th string 3rd fret, 4th string 5th fret, 4th string 2nd fret, and then I do a harmonic. That's how I end the tune. All right, guys, let me grab my open G guitar and let me show you the chords as they lay out in an open G. This won't take very long. I know we've been at this for a while. Hold on just a second. All right, folks, here we are back here with Esmeralda, my little recording king that I keep in open G. All right, this is a little Bo Weevil Jackson. Look forward to him next week. We're going to talk about Bo Weevil Jackson next week and get back into tunes. All right, so here we go. Chords, same thing. We're in open G. D, G, D, G, B, D. All right, so let's go to the 5th fret. That's a C. All right, so G, C, C, E, G. So we got an E here. So if we lower the 2nd string down 1 fret, we got minor. Lower the 3rd string down 1 fret, we've got a major 7th. Lower it down 2 frets, we've got a dominant 7th. So you got major, just going with the slide across the 5th fret, C major, C minor, slide at the 5th fret, but on the 2nd string, we're taking our 2nd finger and pressing down at the 4th fret, 1 fret behind where the slide is. C major 7th, we go to the 3rd string and press down 1 fret behind the slide. C dominant 7th, we go 2 frets behind. On the 3rd string. Sorry. The dogs are going to bark today because they're setting off explosives here nearby, near. And you can do the same types of licks. All right. All right, so it works the same way. Go to the 6th fret, and we're playing strings 5, 3, 2, and 1, and then 7th, and we're going to do a minor chord there, so we're going to do strings 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, but we're putting our second finger down 1 fret behind the slide where it's at the 7th fret. 5th fret, just playing the C. 3rd fret, we're doing I believe it's a B flat there. And then you can do that. But I'm taking my second finger and putting it on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, playing the 3rd string open, playing the 1st fret on the 2nd string, 1st string open, and then G. All right, and that's all there is to it. So all you have to remember is that 3rd happens on the 2nd string on the open G tunings. So if you move that around, and the 7th is all going to be on the 3rd string because you don't have that reach. Now, what is the difference between Vestipole and Spanish? Excuse me, knocking these around. All right, so let me just show you. Let's set this down for a second. In Vestipole tuning, you're making an E chord and having all those intervals, just as if you put your fingers down like that. Only we're tuned down a whole step to D. All right? So we've got the top string is our root note, and the 2nd string is the 5th of the chord. All right, now let's grab this. Now, in Spanish or open G tuning, the top string is the 5th of the chord. All right, so basically 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 are the same as 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 in Vestipole tuning. All right, now don't get confused by this. All I'm saying is anything you do on, it's hard to explain this, but in Vestipole tuning, any adjustments you make, you move them up 1 string, kind of, or towards the ground 1 string, and you can do the same adjustments. All right. Now let me just show you. All right, there's 1 lick where you can use behind the slide stuff, and it's chordal. All right, all I'm doing, going to the 10th fret, and then I'm taking my 1st finger and putting it on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger putting it on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Like that, I'm going back and forth. Put the fingers down, take them off. Bum, bum, bum. And then I'm starting with my slide at the 5th fret, playing the 5th string at the 5th fret, 1st fingers on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd fingers on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Then I'm lifting up. And then I'm playing the 1st string at the 5th fret with the slide. And then open. All right, makes a great way to transition back and forth. All right, folks, listen, have a good week. I'll see you next week. We're going to get back to songs, and we're going to look at Boll Weevil Jackson's You Can't Keep No Brown. All right, guys. Hey, if you like this content, please like and subscribe as it keeps the thing going. If you're interested in tabs and other lessons, head over to Patreon. It's $1 a month. You get 8 lessons a month, plus the tabs to everything. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will see you on Friday for a quick lick.